Walking is a man's best medicine? We'd go further by stating that walking combined with good sleep and a healthy diet can help you avoid the doctor altogether. As little as 15 to 30 minutes of walking every day can drastically improve not only a person's overall appearance, but health as well. Check out what will happen to your body if you walk every day. Number 10. Less likely to suffer a stroke and other cardiovascular problems. According to a study by the Harvard Medical School, walking for just 2.5 hours a week, which is 21 hours a day, can cut the risk of heart disease by 30%. In fact, it even goes on to say that walking regularly could save Americans over $100 billion a year in health care costs. A 2009 issue of Harvard Men's Health Watch reported that walking is seriously underrated. Two scientists sifted through 4,295 articles published on walking between 1997 and 2007. 18 of these met high standards for quality. Each of these studies collected information about participants' walking habits and cardiovascular risk factors such as age, smoking, and alcohol use. The participants were followed for 11.3 years, and during this time, their cardiovascular events and deaths were recorded. When scientists compiled this data, they found that walking reduced the risk of cardiovascular events by 31% and cuts the risk of an early death by 32%. Number 9. Drop the pressure. Walking most certainly helps lower your blood pressure, but let's get a sense of how often and for how long you need to walk for it to really be helpful. Researchers from Arizona State University found that taking 10-minute walks every day is an effective way to lower your blood pressure. Exercise lowers blood pressure by reducing blood vessel stiffness so blood can flow more easily. The effects of exercise are most noticeable during and immediately after a workout. Lowered blood pressure can be most significant right after you work out. So, health professionals theorize the ideal way to combat high blood pressure might be to break up your workout into several sessions throughout the day. In fact, one study found that 3 10-minute walks a day more effectively prevented future blood pressure spikes than one 30-minute trek per day. Lifestyle advice is recommended for everyone with high blood pressure, and this was something I found people were often keen to discuss. Helpful changes that can be made include reducing alcohol intake, if excessive, reducing salt intake, avoiding excessive consumption of caffeine-rich products, and increasing physical activity. I would often spend a bit more time discussing physical activity, as it has many other health benefits, reduces the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, joint pain, and certain types of cancer, and improves quality of life, sleep, and stress levels. Walking was commonly chosen as a way of increasing physical activity, as most people are able to do it. It is relatively easy to fit around daily life and does not cost much, if anything. Number 8. Curb diabetes. According to the American Diabetes Association, walking is a great way to curb diabetes. You should start out with a 3 to 5 minute slow-paced walk and then stretch for 5 to 10 minutes, followed by a walk at moderate speed. Make sure you keep your spine straight and your chin up. On some days, you can choose to indulge in shorter walks, and on others, push yourself to brisk walk. James O. Hill, Ph.D. from the University of Colorado at Denver, writes that a modest change in one's schedule, like making time for walking, can make a significant change in the life of a type 2 diabetes patient, reducing overall healthcare costs. To see good results, you can start out with 30 minutes or 2,400 steps a day, and take it up to 77 minutes or 6,400 steps a day. Number 7. Prevent cancer. According to a 2012 Harvard University Women's Health Study, walking for 1 to 3 hours a week reduces the risk of death from breast and uterine cancer by almost 19%. And if these women push themselves a bit further, and walk for about 3 to 5 hours a week, they could reduce the risk of breast and uterine cancer to almost 54%. A study published in the journal Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention, and conducted by the American Cancer Society found that walking up to 7 hours a week reduces the risk of breast cancer itself by 14%. The sample size of this group was a large 73,600 and was done over 2 decades, making the results of this study even more credible. Number 6, exercise can boost your memory. Exercise is good for the brain, but walking in specific is good for boosting your memory. A 2011 study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences showed how walking for 40 minutes at a stretch 3 times a week could increase the volume of the hippocampus by 2%, which is fairly significant. Another study that was presented at the 2014 annual meeting of the American Association of the Advancement of Science, regular brisk walks can slow down the shrinking of the brain and the faltering mental skills that old age often bring. The study was done with men and women between the ages of 60 and 80, and it concluded that taking a short walk 3 times a week increases the size of that part of the brain linked to planning and memory. Walking can spike up your memory retention. Number 5, boost your immunity. According to a study done at Appalachian State University in North Carolina, a moderately paced walk for about 30 to 45 minutes daily can increase the number of immune system cells in your body, and over a period of time, it can have really remarkable effects on your body's ability to fight disease. To be more specific, walking at least 20 minutes a day could reduce the risk of getting sicker by almost 43%. Number 4, curb stress eating. Walking is one of the best ways to kick your stress eating habits to the curb. It doesn't work in isolation, though. The ideal way to beat a stress eating disorder is to meditate, get good sleep, and walk around 10,000 steps a day. Experts believe that stress eating is more often a symptom of an emotional or psychological problem. Walking releases endorphin into your system and reverses the cortisol levels in your body, helping you curb stress eating. Number 3, good for old age. A 2014 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association showed how walking from an early age can help you stay mobile and independent during old age. The sample size included people between the ages of 70 and 89. After 2.5 years, researchers found that the group of adults which exercised regularly were 28% less likely to become disabled and also 18% less likely to have any episode of physical disability. Number 2, walking for better sleep. Not only does walking 40 minutes a day burn calories and improve overall health, but it may result in better sleep as well. According to the National Sleep Foundation, daily exercise such as walking or biking can enhance the quality of your nightly sleep, while also promoting greater alertness during the day. The time of day when you exercise may also be a factor in your sleep quality. Exercising in the morning or the afternoon raises your body temperature a few degrees. Later in the day, your internal thermostat falls back into its normal range. As the body temperature drops down, it can cause drowsiness and help you drift off to sleep. Evening exercise doesn't necessarily allow adequate time for the temperature change to occur. In fact, it can overstimulate your body and keep you awake past your desired bedtime. As such, although you can break up your walking segments throughout the day, you may wish to complete your daily walking routine by the afternoon. Number 1, walking for weight loss. Aerobic exercise such as walking can help you stay in shape too. Walking for weight loss is an attainable goal, as it's a low-impact activity that's easy to incorporate into your day-to-day life. For example, you can add a few extra steps to your walking routine by taking the stairs, parking farther away, or walking to the store instead of driving. In addition to the caloric burn estimates above, you can estimate that walking a mile burns about 100 calories. You can increase the intensity and potentially burn more calories either by walking briskly on an incline or running part of the routine, but walking is only part of the equation. You'll also need to reduce your caloric intake by about 250 to 500 calories a day, making sure to fill your plate with fresh fruits and vegetables, lean protein, healthy fats, and whole grains. You may also want to consider adding strength training to your workout routine, as the added muscle can help boost your metabolism. Some might say that walking is the easiest form of exercise. That is untrue because you should not really be strolling, but walking at a fairly fast speed, and secondly, it can actually help you lose weight. A University of Utah study in 2014 found that in women, every minute of brisk walking throughout a day could lower the risk of obesity by 5%. Harvard School of Public Health found that walking could cut the effects of obesity-promoting genes by half. How much walking do you do daily? Please subscribe to the Health Awareness. Thanks for watching.